Yo, what's up guys, and welcome back for the Bronx Beartics team preparation video for week 10. I of course am pokeaim, coach of the Bronx Beartics. Now this week, we are taking on probably one of the hardest teams for me to face, just matchup wise alone, and also a very good battler, A-Drive and the St. Louis Rampardos. On paper, I'll show you guys his team right now. On paper, he has basically an answer to everything on my team. And this was definitely one of the most frustrating builds of the UCL thus far, just for me to build. I actually built with Blue and CB, so I want to give them both a shout out. Thank you, both of you. We were building for about 3 hours, for about an hour and a half. I think we were just tossing ideas, and we were all just frustrated because his team is like a perfect counter team to mine. Mega Metagross probably takes on every single member of my team. If it can't O-code them, it 2-KOs everything on my team. So, knowing this, I still try to stress that whenever I build or whenever I build with my friends, we try to make a team of 6 that can deal with any combination of 6 that my opponent wants to bring. Whether it is Mega Metagross is definitely coming. Raiku's also definitely coming. Crobat, another definite. Like, no way he's not bringing that versus me. Vaporeon, another definite. And then any filler, or honestly, I do feel like he's gonna bring those just because those just do so well versus me. But either if he brings those or Aromatisse, Tangrowth, Amistar, Golurk, Kecleon, Mesprit, whatever combination of 6 he wants to bring, I want to make sure I am prepared, or at least have some way of dealing with them. Like I said, this is definitely going to be a hard matchup for me. I haven't played him yet, no. I'm actually playing him 2 hours after I am recording this. So I'm recording this on Tuesday at 3 p.m. I'm going to be playing him at around 5 p.m. Yeah, not nervous per se, but definitely hope the team that we ended up coming up with, performs the way we want it to. So when I was looking at his team, I was trying to think of ways that I can stop Mega Metagross, from just straight up killing everything. Ways that I can stop Crobat, because his Crobat's definitely running safety goggles. I can see it already. That 100% stops 83%, or my Amoonguss, if you guys didn't know the nickname. And I can definitely see a Shed Shell Raikou coming. The Metagross set, I'm pretty positive of what it will be before the game even starts. It's probably going to have Bullet Punch for my Weavile. It's going to have Earthquake for potential Fabio. It's going to have Meteor Mash and Zen Headbutt. The only thing that could be up for change is he have Thunder Punch for Manaphy, but Zen Headbutt can usually 2-KO Manaphy after rocks anyway. So that's the set I kind of see him bringing. But again, when going into this, decided it might be best to try and catch him off guard with some surprises. I'm not talking about no berries, but I'm talking about some surprise sets. So the first Pokemon that and I'm just gonna move this over here. It's not perfect obviously, but I want you guys to be able to see it, just so you have like an idea of what the Pokemon I'm talking about. But the first Pokemon on the team that the team actually started off with is my boy Zeph, my Weavile. Now, I really wanted to bring Weavile. The thing is, he has so many ways of checking it, but it's also so good versus his team. Its stab is just so good versus his team. Dark and Ice is just really good. He does have Crobat, which does outspeed. He does have Conkeldurr, which checks it with a Mach Punch. He does have Metagross, which can easily KO it after rocks with Bullet Punch easily, and I think it's a roll before then. But the set I decided to bring was a Focus Sash counter set. Now, if things go well, because I'm expecting him to bring, again, that Bullet Punch Metagross, because not only does it deal with Weavile, but it also helps check my Selgora, which is very probable because he only has one way of dealing with hazards. And again, I'm expecting that Crobat just because it also deals with my Amoonguss 110%. But I really wanted to bring this because the way I see it, if he leads off with Crobat, if he leads off with Metagross, maybe not Crobat per se, but if he leads off with Metagross, there's no form of Weavile that can OHKO Metagross bar like an Adamant Choice Banded one on a roll. There's no form of Weavile that can OHKO a Mega Metagross bar like that. So I can definitely see him going right for the BP or even going for Earthquake. Either way, I go for counter. I have 0 defense UVs, that way his attack does the most that it can. This is also for a potential Crobat on U-turn on Crobat, though I'm not quite sure if he'll run U-turn. He might run Taunt. But this is also for that. This is also for potential Conqueror going for Drain Punch. I can go for counter, knocking it out. If he leads with Crobat and U-turns on out of there, I'll take it. And if he U-turns out into Vaporeon, counter plus knockoff knocks out Vaporeon even after Protect, 110%. Now, Weavile is not useless if it cannot get off counter. No, I still have max attack. I still have max speed with knockoff, Ice Shard, and Icicle Crash. I could have EV'd this a bit more, but where would I have put my stats? There was no real point to not going max just because I went with 0 hasty nature. That way, you know, his physical attacks do even more to me. That way, counter, of course, does more to him. And of course, it does double the damage that it does to me. So that's why I didn't have, you know, 0 IVs and HP. But counter, knockoff, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash. I'm really hoping this can get rid of something. Anything that I can kill with this will be great for me. If I can get rid of Metagross, amazing, amazing. If I can get rid of Conkeldurr, if he brings that, amazing. If I can get rid of Vaporeon, amazing. All of those, because his entire team, no matter what combination of 6 he brings, is just annoying as hell for me. And I figured, okay, I gotta try and throw him off guard with some surprises if I want a chance at winning. So I decided to bring Focus Sash Weavile. I'm expecting it to get a kill. If it doesn't, it's still a Weavile. It's still an offensive Weavile, so it still hurts him really hard. Nothing on his team appreciates a knockoff. Obviously, Mega Metagross isn't gonna, you know, lose its item. Wow, my stomach is growling. Mega Metagross isn't gonna lose its item, but it'll still take super effective damage. It is a easy to a KO on Mega Metagross. So, next up, next member of my team was Manaphy. Now, it took a little while to decide what set I wanted to bring, and again, this building took 3 hours, but I decided that the theme of my building is gonna be pairing him, going for Thunder Wave, going for Body Slam, and you'll see more as we go on. Pairing him and then trying to sub up and Tail Glow Sweep him. So obviously Weavile trying to get a surprise kill, and then the rest of the team is all about Thunder Waving, and that way I slow him down, also have a chance for him to not get off an attack that turn, and then try and abuse that with sub, Tail Glow, Manaphy. The reason I'm going sub Tail Glow is because it allows me to dodge a potential Toxic from his Vaporeon. If he has Haze, okay, I can still Tail Glow up. I can still hit him with Energy Balls, rather, and Energy Ball can get a Spadef drop on him. If he has Roar, that's fine as well, because Energy Ball still does damage to Vaporeon. It's about 40% damage, and that also depends on if he's Special Defensive or not. But of course, I wanted this because I can dodge attacks if he does get fully paralyzed, and you'll see what I mean by Thunder Wave and stuff as we go on. But I decided to run 172 HP, 84 defense, because this means that Mega Metagross does not 2 KO me with Zen Headbutt. After leftovers, I believe it's only a 7% chance to 2 KO me with 2 Zen Headbutts after leftovers. So it's in my favor. It's a 93% chance in my favor. Of course, it's Pokemon, so you never know. But I originally had sub Tail Glow Toxic. Now Toxic would have been fine, you know, because it would have allowed me to beat Vaporeon no matter what. But it could have been an issue if Vaporeon got accidentally paralyzed by one of my members, and then my Manaphy wouldn't have been able to beat it. So decided on Energy Ball over Toxic. Shout out to CBB for that. The next Pokemon we decided to bring was Reuniclus. Now again, following the trend of sub, Focus Blast, Psychic, and Recover. Focus Blast is still a 2 KO on Mega Metagross, Life or Focus Blast. Obviously, it's a threat, but I wanted to be able to hit Hydreigon more than I wanted to be able to hit Metagross. And I could have went with like something like Signal Beam. Unfortunately, this thing doesn't get Dazzling them Signal Beam, but Signal Beam does not OHKO Hydreigon, unfortunately. Other Reuniclus sets, other hard body sets were potential Calm Mind, Cobra Berry, but then again, we would have had to run probably Signal Beam. And Focus Blast obviously has to hit. I gave it enough speed for min speed Conkeldurr, and also if he tried to creep me a little bit, maybe by like 2 points, I gave it, you know, enough speed for that. Obviously max special attack to maximize damage, and then the rest in HP. This thing can switch into Vaporeon pretty easily. Scald only does like max 29%. Obviously I don't care about Burn because of Magic Guard. I could have ran Regenerator, but I really wanted this as also a status absorber from him, specifically Scald. Scald being the most annoying thing that I can face. Now, we're bringing Blunder. We're bringing Blunder this week. And as you can see, I have Thunder Wave, Wish, Protect, and Return with 20 attack investment, 236 HP, 252 defense with an Impish nature. Now, this thing is not 2 KO'd by anything that Mega Metagross wants to throw at it, assuming Stealth Rock are not up, of course. And of course, I didn't bring my spinner this week. There's a few reasons for that. I feel that he relies more on rocks being gone than I do, just because the potential of a Trick Room Rhydon could definitely scare him, so definitely expect him to bring Defog Crobat, again with safety goggles. Thunder Wave just allows me to cripple Metagross, cripple Hydreigon, cripple anything on his team, and like I said, the point of my team this week is to slow him down and try and take advantage of the fact that he might not be able to attack, and then get some kills with Manaphy and Reuniclus. I want to return in 20 attack investment just in case he runs max HP sub-combine Raikou. If he does run that, I kind of expect him to have HP Grass, could have HP Ice still as well, which is why I have the last two members on the team. But return with 20 attack investment, 100% breaks his sub. If he doesn't have leftover recovery, I can beat him potentially 1v1 with Wish Protects and some returns. But Audino is there to sponge any hit from any physical attacker on his team. Obviously, Hydreigon is an issue. Hydreigon does not knock me out with Draco Meteor, though. And then, of course, I can switch around between Amoonguss and Audino with the Regenerator, bringing it back. But next up, we have Rhydon. I needed Rhydon for Stealth Rock. I needed Rhydon because originally this could have been a Duck Trio, but I needed Rhydon because if he ran Shed Shell, Sub-Combine Raikou, Duck Trio would not do anything. Duck Trio, yes, of course, could trap Mega Metagross, but doesn't knock it out. I would have to run a significant amount of HP investment just so I can take a Hidden Power Ice or Grass from a Raikou, so I couldn't obviously go max attack, and decided on Rhydon. Rhydon was chosen because it gives me a sort of backbone for a potential Combine Raikou. Now, if he runs HP Grass, Rhydon isn't going to be as useful, but Amoonguss can take it on. If he runs HP Ice, Rhydon and Amoonguss can both take it on. Specifically, the combination of Rhydon and Amoonguss stops the it just stops him from going for an electric attack. Obviously, I can't Volt Switch around if he wants to run that. I definitely do expect those to come. I gave it 20 attack investment because with Mega Horn after Stealth Rock, it 100% KOs. Hydreigon, it is like 90% min to Hydreigon, so it's like 90 to 100% with Mega Horn. Stealth Rock, Earthquake, and Rock Slide. Rock Slide because if I'm going to be parrying this dude, might as well go for the move that doesn't miss or has a lower chance to miss than Stone Edge, because I have missed Stone Edge a few times in this league, and or maybe just once or twice. And obviously it also has that flinch cancel. So again, I was trying to give myself the best odds of playing him. On paper, his team 100% outclasses mine. I could have brought Fabio, but I don't know. It doesn't help the Combine Raikou issue. It doesn't help versus Hydreigon. Yes, you can check Mega Metagross, but it is 2 KO'd by Earthquake. It checks Crobat, yes, and Vaporeon. But I also expect him to bring something like Aromatisse or AV Galaric, which is something he has brought in the past, or even AV Tangrowth. And I don't really have knockoff bar Weavile, and Weavile isn't a Tangrowth. Like Tangrowth isn't a Weavile switching. So that's why I want to bring Rhydon. The last member, of course, is 83% my Amoonguss. Now we're running an Assault Vest, max Spadef, max HP. This allows us to tank any hit from Hydreigon, any hit at all. And it's not even likely that he'll bring Fire Blast on that thing. I kind of expect Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse. Like, I expect it to be a Life Orb set. Draco Meteor, Dark Pulse, Roost, and then either Superpower or Head Smash. Head Smash being the choice just because my 100% switch into Hydreigon on paper would be AV Tornadus, and Head Smash allows him to obviously bypass the Assault Vest, hit me on my physical side, and knock me out. So I kind of expect that. I don't really expect him to bring Fire Blast just because the only member it hits on my team better than Draco would be this Amoonguss, and he probably feels pretty comfy. I didn't want to bring Spore because I was pretty sure he would bring Safety Goggles, Crobat, which 100% walls any set. But as you can see, we have a very interesting set. We are Sassy Natured, Max with Foul Play. Foul Play almost does half to Mega Metagross, so if I can get up Stealth Rock to a KO up, if he's paralyzed, great. Body Slam, I know, it's weird, but we're still going off the assumption that we want to, or we're still going off the trying to paralyze him. Amoonguss baits in Crobat. Crobat being paralyzed is amazing for me. Amoonguss baits in Hydreigon, potentially. So that being paralyzed is amazing. This can beat Tangrowth. This can beat Aromatisse. This has Foul Play for Mega Metagross. Of course, Conkeldurr is definitely an issue to what I have so far. My Reuniclus should be able to outspeed it though and hit it with a Psychic. If he does bring Conkeldurr, I expect him to bring like an Impish Natured one just for Weavile to be able to repeatedly switch into it and pack Drain Punch. And of course, I have Sludge Bomb just for Tangrowth doing damage. I needed Seed Bomb because if he does bring Sub-Combine, Max HP Raikou, this thing can beat it 1v1, but Sludge Bomb was not beating it after a Combine. So Seed Bomb 100% breaks a sub if he's running Max HP, and then of course from there I can hit him with more Seed Bombs or even Sludge Bomb, try to poison him, etc., etc. This gives me a safe haven or a back or something for a potential shell smashing Amistar. This can easily take a hit. Doesn't even need to be at full to be able to take a hit, a +2 Ice Beam. Then I can OHKO it with a Seed Bomb after. And that's basically the team. Now this week, again, his team just matches up so well versus mine on paper. So we tried to do what we could to prevent that. And you know, even if I beat him now, and assuming I make it to playoffs, and assuming he makes it to playoffs, I'll have to play him again. So, you know, assuming that goes down. But yeah, I felt like this was the best I could bring, at least for this. I do have a few tricks up my sleeve for a potential rematch going on later on. You know, obviously, you know, assuming we both make playoffs and we have to fight each other. I'm trying my best to make playoffs. But this is definitely going to be one of the hardest battles, if not the hardest battle so far, just based on his team alone. Conqueror is definitely an issue, switching into it. Reuniclus can take it on. And Weavile, I'm hoping to counter it and kill it. Again, he does have a few threats. Golurk, I do outspeed and can smack it with Manaphy. Raikou is checked by the combination of Rhydon plus Amoonguss. Amoonguss does not care. +1 HP Ice does like 25% to Amoonguss. A +6 Aromatisse Moonblast does 31% to Amoonguss. So he could bring Calm Mind or Aromatisse, but if he does, that means he doesn't have Heal Bell, and I could beat that 1v1 with some, you know, crits. I'm pretty sure I could Tail Glow alongside it. Rhydon can beat it with a couple of Earthquakes plus, you know, some Paras. So definitely this week I took a different approach to when we were, you know, to him, just because again his team is just so threatening. But that's basically it for this this team preparation video, team breakdown, whatever you want to call it. Hope you guys all enjoyed. I know some of you might call me scum for using Thunderwave and all that stuff and sub, but I have no other way of beating him. Honestly. So gonna use what I think is best, and yeah, feel free to leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you want, and until next time, guys, later.